Listen, man, don't tell people about your plans. Don't tell nobody about your goals. Most people don't care. That's number one. Number two, most people don't want you to do better than them. And then number three, those people are always going to put you on pressure. You know, those kinds of people, maybe you tell them, hey, bro, I'm going to school. Oh, hey, bro, I'm trying to gain this skill. Hey, bro, I'm thinking of doing such and such. And then 2 weeks later, they're not going to check on you to see if you're okay. They're going to check on you to see if you are actually doing exactly what you tell them you're going to do. Not because they are hoping to motivate you, not because they're hoping you're actually doing exactly what your plans are, what your goals are, what you told them you're going to do. No, they're going to check on you to make sure you're actually failing. Most people don't wish you well. Most people don't want you to do better than them. So if you got any plans, if you got any goals, don't tell nobody. The only person, and this is the caveat, the only person you should tell about your goals, what you're planning on doing, what you're working on, or what you want to be, what you want to pursue, is the person you think you can learn from. Usually, that person is probably going to be better than you, or that person has probably done what you want to do. So if you want to go to school, I don't know, get a certain degree, talk to somebody who has, been in school, finished school, ask them how they did it. Talk to somebody who got the type of degree that you want to get. But don't tell everybody how you're trying to level up, how you're trying to get a new job, how you're trying to make more money, how you're trying to start a certain business, especially your family members, especially if they are not in the position you want to be in. If you're trying to level up, meaning whatever goals or plans you have or you're trying to pursue are going to put you in a position where where it may seem as if you're better than them, you're doing better than them, they're not going to wish you well. Because if you're going to be honest, guys, most family members look at you as competition. Most family members want you to stay within the same level. So if you're both dropouts from school, they're hoping you also don't finish school. If you have just a shitty job, you're not making much money, and they're not making much money, they're hoping you stay on the same level. They are going to hate on you. They really are going to be hating on you. I'm telling you. So don't tell people your plans. Like I said, most people don't wish you well. Or the only person you should talk to is probably somebody who has already been supporting you prior to you having those goals. Somebody who motivates you. Somebody who's in a position where you want to be. Most people are going to wish you the worst of the worst. They may not say it. If you're lucky, you may have some people like, "Oh no, come on, man! There's no way you can do school, man." In fact, some people will be like, "Oh man, school is so tough. Why are you trying to do school? Why are you going back to school? Why are you spending so much money? Why are you getting that skill? I heard it's so tough. I tried it. I tried to go back to school 5 years ago, but it was so tough, man. So now I'm just making money, things like that." If anything they're trying to do is going to elevate you above most people or in the position they're in, they won't wish you well. They won't. You'll be very lucky to find anybody you tell about your plans, who are going to wish you well and who are going to support you. That's what I'm saying. The only person you should talk to is somebody who's in a position where you want to be. It's the same thing when they tell you, don't tell your employer, your boss at work, that you're trying to find a new job until you get the job. It's the same concept, because your boss doesn't want you to leave. Because if you're leaving, that means your boss has to, put in more resources to try to fill your position. So find a job. That's what they usually say. I know they say give us 2 weeks, but don't give in the 2 weeks until you actually find a job. If you find the job that you're going to replace with, and then you can tell your boss, hey, listen, I'm leaving. I got a better position. I got a better pay. You don't even have to go into details, but at least let them know when you find the job. But if you just tell them, I'm trying to find a job before you actually get it, most bosses don't take it nicely. They may fire you on the spot. So, and then you're fucked. You feel me? So at the end of the day, honestly, if you got plans, you got goals, keep them to yourself. Write down your plans, your goals, when you want to achieve them, and how you're going to be consistent, because I think that's the most important thing. And motivate yourself. if anything. If you don't have anybody around you to motivate you, because I think it's human nature to try for us to try to share our feelings and our goals and what we think, what we want to pursue, what we want to achieve with everybody around us to get the dopamine effect of, you know what, people know I'm trying to be a better person, or I'm trying to achieve this skill, or I'm trying to make more money. So we tend to want to always be, open up and tell people, but most people don't want you to be better than them. In fact, to the extent that sometimes you shouldn't even tell your friends, because I'm guessing, unless like again it goes back to what I said, unless you're sure that your friends are in better positions than you and you're going to learn something from them. But if you and your friends are on the same level and you're trying to do something that's going to put you up, elevate you above them, that could be skill wise, could be money, could be getting in shape, and you have friends who are not in shape, what do you think it's going to make them feel like if you're trying to be in better shape? It's going to mess up your friendships. If these are the people you want to keep as friends, continue to be friends with. Because if you tell these people you're trying to get in shape and they don't have any ideas of getting in shape, they never thought about it, or they think it's okay to be out of shape, guess what? Anytime they invite you out, anytime you guys go out to eat, and then you're not eating what they're eating, or you don't want to go out with them because the next day you got to go to the gym, that's going to cause conflict. Because most people, again, don't want to put in the effort to elevate. So, in other words, you opening up and telling people what your plans and goals are, you're more likely to actually cause conflict. You're more likely to not achieve your goals if you're going to be telling everybody what your goals are and what your plans are. Most people are just going to be checking on you to make sure you're actually failing. They don't check on you. Hey, listen, are you catching up on those goals? How are your goals going? How are your plans? Hey, can we do this together? Most people are just going to be checking on you to make sure you're actually not achieving what you said you are going to achieve, to make sure you're falling off. Because most people, let's be honest, even me, there's certain goals we all set for ourselves, but we never, come through. We never follow through. We never be consistent enough for whatever reason. So I think that's part of human nature. But if you have goals and you're ready to change your life, you have plans, put all your plans in place, go work on those goals, go work on those plans, work hard, know that it's going to take time. Because the thing is, sometimes you tell people what your plans are, what your goals are, and then they're thinking it's going to happen in 2 weeks. They're thinking, oh my God, you told us you're going to be this, but you're not this. You feel me? But if you have your own timeline, you give yourself the time you think it will take you to achieve your goals, nobody's going to put you under pressure. If people don't know what you're working on, they have nothing to judge you about. Because most people, you tell your issues, you tell your problems, you tell your plans, your goals, they're going to judge you, especially if you don't achieve those goals. And even if you achieve them, they're going to look at you, oh my God, he thinks he's better than us. Most people don't wish you well. So I think the better thing to do is work on your goals, work on your plans. And then when you achieve them, maybe now you can tell people. Now, obviously, most people are going to say overnight success, you must be lucky and things like that. But at least it won't be an issue where people are going to judge you when you are on the journey to achieve your goals. And I know some people are going to disagree, thinking, oh my God, tell everybody about what you're working on. No, I rather you work in silence. Work in silence, achieve your goals, work hard, consistent. Because here's the thing, right? If you tell people who don't wish you well that you got these big goals, these big plans to be a better person, to make more money, whatever it is, to level up in your life, and you don't achieve them, they're gonna judge you. They're gonna look at you sideways. Some of them are going to tell you, you know what, we knew you couldn't do it, but you didn't listen to us, or maybe the case of they're going to think you're actually dumb. But if you don't tell people and you fail, nobody knows. Nobody cares. Nobody has to judge you. You can fail, pick up another goal, pick another plan, and try to work on that. You don't have to have people on your back judging you. You feel me? What do you guys think about that? Like, subscribe. Peace.